What's up, people? Welcome to the stream. That is really bright. Let me fix. My volume on my phone was really loud too, so that was bad. But I fixed it. So we're here. Apologize in advance that I look like hot garbage today. But yeah, here we are to save the day in the Eorzea. Continue where we left off. I also meant to wave to y'all, and I forgot. Welcome, welcome to all those watching. We are continuing right where we left off from last time. Just basically jumping straight into it. So we're mushing all the way out here to find the spider-like Sin Eater. And as a reminder, this is the role quests that are mandatory for Shadowbringers. Now, the role quests in Endwalker are still there, but they are not mandatory. They're mandatory for this one. This was the first time they introduced role quests over class quests. And they said it was just a lot easier to just make role quests because having to do class quests for every single class, especially the more they get of those classes, just made it hard. Now, that's not to say, excuse me, that is not to say that new classes, so the Pictomancer and Viper, they will have classes, or they will have job quests. There's probably only going to be a couple of them, just for your first like 10 levels or so with that class, just so you can learn how to use the class. It'll probably have one skill locked into the quest itself, and then after that it'll just be back to role quests. So, but we shall see. We shall see. There she is. Renda Ray, there she is, the scourge of Novrent, the devourer of souls, Balam quits. We bring this mark down, they'll be singing ballads about us until the end of time. Never mind the king's bounty, hells, we'll buy ourselves a couple of castles apiece. Flanking maneuver, as discussed, wait for my signal, then we strike as one. But the wind was not on their side. The wind shifted. Damn it, she's onto us. Don't panic, we've planned for this. We'll act as decoys while Renda Ray brings her down. Go. Wait, not yet. There's no need to rush this. Sonnet, always so headstrong. Bugger me, my head. I can't. And now her friends are dead. Oh, damn it. It looks like he ate one of them. No. Come back here. Finish it, you bloody bastard. Finish me. I'm so sorry, it's all my fault. I'll not let it end like this, I promise. I'll kill that goddamn beast if it's the last thing I do. And now she's gone. Hey, what was that just now? I've had headaches before, but the way you were thrashing about wasn't like anything I've ever felt. By the gods, and I thought we were lucky just to catch a glimpse of Andrea. But you were also telling me you were granted a vision of her past with this power of yours. 2 warriors killed while hunting a great horned beast. A beast their surviving companion vows to slay in revenge. I have heard this tale before, I know it. It is common enough sort of tale, I suppose, but regardless, she is gone. Come, let us return to the Crystarium and celebrate your accomplishment. To the Crystarium. My table is set, and so I bid you raise a glass with me, that together we might toast your spectacular accomplishment. I didn't really accomplish anything. I killed 1 Sun Eater. There really is nothing quite like a hearty meal after a job well done. Drink up, my friend, drink up. It occurs to me, my good man, that I have yet to ask your name. So quickly did we forge our friendship that I had hardly noticed until now. PK Thunder Thighs. Reek and PK Thunder. Yes, I'd really like the sound of that. Reek and PK Thunder. The daring duo. The brave bounty hunters. The scourge of sea neeches. Once we have slain Andrea, not a soul in Novrant will not know our names. They shall ring out all across the realm. But I should dwell overmuch on my victory before the struggle. A wise hunter is prepared and patient. 'Twould be prudent to send double, nay, triple the agents afield to seek out promising new leads. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're a gillionaire. Worried about the budget for our brave endeavor? Well, don't be. I am prepared to fund our activities as needed. No expense shall be spared. None whatsoever. As long as you pay me properly. 1,400 is not nearly enough, buddy. But that's alright, I guess. There he is, PK Thunder, come to rejoin his bosom companion in the great hunt. It is well that you have, for I have obtained new information concerning a sighting of Andrea in Colusia. The fiend has transformed yet another deadly mark, a great bear in this instance, into an even deadlier eater. And so it falls to Reek and PK Thunder to slay the newborn eater and continue the pursuit of Norvrent's most notorious virtue, to Colusia and to glory. I need to go get those pants so that at least I match. But we're about to get our AF gear, so it won't matter too much. Let us brook no further delay and commence our search separately as before in Armor Ring. If you cast the Eater first, I grant you leave to kill it without me. I trust you will not be disappointed if the reverse were to occur. Surely not, surely not. I myself will be put out if I happen to lose to you a second time. And so, on that note, may the best hunter win. We can fly out here now, yeah? Yeah. Just Lakeland and Tempest. Forward and back, and then 1 foot forward, forward and back, and then forward. Hold on. Now we touch it. Gotta have that chakra. Gotta have the chakra ready. Survey the surroundings, but find no trace of the bear. By looking far and wide, you failed to find any trace of the bear you seek. Perhaps Luarek was the better hunter this day. Hate to say it, PK Thunder, but it seems we're late to the party. Lambert and his mates slew the bear before we could. So it's true then, you've cast your lot with the boy, you poor daft sod. But I don't understand, the Eater was a newborn. How could you possibly have learned of it and gotten here before we did? Well, see, that's the problem with relying on hired help. They're loyal to your coin, not you, and you're not the only one willing to open his purse. But more importantly, Reek, what's this I hear about you hunting Andrea? With help, I mean, rather than all by your lonesome. I have a distinct memory of you storming off in a huff saying you don't need me or anyone else to finish the job. Tell me I'm wrong. Do as you like, help or no, you've no chance of beating me to the prize. Because unlike you, I'm not all talk, and neither are my mates. Speaking of mates, how much did it cost you to buy his friendship? Do tell. Pissed off, Lambert. Why are you still here? You've got your mark, didn't you? You should choose your friends more carefully, sinner. While it goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. When it all goes wrong, don't say I didn't warn you. You have questions, I am sure. As you may have surmised, Lambert was once a comrade of mine. I took him into my service that we might hone our skills battling Sin Eaters in preparation for facing Andrea. However, I soon came to see that he was not all that capable of a hunter, and so I dissolved our working relationship. Unfortunately, he did not take it in stride and instead resolved to recruit new companions that he might beat me at my own game. It would seem that his fortunes have improved greatly of late. So much so that I fear we can no longer afford to dedicate time to tracking lesser eaters and must devote our undivided attention to the pursuit of Andrea. As such, we should be getting back to Crystarium. But before we depart, I have one other matter to attend in Yolmore. If I might trouble you to accompany me. Ah, but of course you will. Let us be off. Should be 6 quests total, I believe. PK Thunder, allow me to introduce you to my father and mother. Father, this is my traveling companion and dear friend, PK Thunder. He and I have resolved to hunt a particularly deadly sun eater. Indeed, I cannot overstate how terribly dangerous this eater is, that to pursue it is to court death itself. However, when we at last triumph over the fiend, all of Norvrant shall sing our praises. Won't that be wonderful, Father? So long as you do not sully our good name, you are free to hunt whatever quarter you desire. I can do without all the petty details. Now then, how much do you require this time? Out with it. Oh, never mind. Just give the boy my coin purse, would you? I am sure it will suffice for his trivial pursuits. That is why you're here, is it not? Another handout? Don't play coy. You've never been any good at it. You know, I honestly don't know why I came here. Keep your coin, Father. We're leaving. PK Thunder right now. And the mother didn't even try. Rainbow Justicor. Forgive me, PK Thunder. I would forego the wine on this occasion. Father's lackluster reception has put me in a rather dour spirits. As you may have gathered from our exchange, I am a free citizen of Yulmore. Owing to my parents' considerable wealth, I have enjoyed a relatively privileged upbringing. Privileged and unbearably boring, which is why I quit the city and resolved to become a bounty hunter. I am no fool, though. I am well aware of my fortunate circumstances, which is why I like to conceal them from the people of the Crystarium. People are wont to jump to uncharitable conclusions. I feel as though you and I have established a rapport, though, and so I thought it best to bring you into my confidence. I pray you refrain from telling others. Now then, since Lambert has decided to turn this into a race, we have no choice but to oblige him and slay Andrea before he does. This calls for a veritable army of hired hands. Alas, in a fit of frustration, I refuse Father's coin. Without additional resources, we have no choice but to conduct the search by ourselves. Moreover, I am rather embarrassed to admit that I can pay you only a token sum this time, but I trust that you will not deter you from joining me anon. I was never in this for the guild. I was, actually, but, you know, more or less I was in this to press forward. Really? I mean, of course you weren't. Perish the thought. Ha ha ha. PK Thunder, my friend, thank the gods you're here. Ever since we parted ways, I've been exhausting myself, running all over the Crystarium, questioning everyone and everyone. Hoping someone might have seen Andrea, but alas. So you haven't gone outside even for a bit? Well, of course, surely this is the limit of what a man with meager financial resources can accomplish. But never mind all that, for it but recently dawned on me that the vision you beheld of Renda Ray's past could hold the clues of which we have been desperately searching. When you first described it to me, I felt as though I had heard it before, and I had. My wet nurse had told me exactly the same story when I was still a boy. It was a tale of a courageous hunter who, together with her comrades, embarked on a quest to slay a notorious mark, a great horned beast. They came upon their quarry in the desert, and they attempted to lay it low. At last, the beast had a singular strength, and the hunter a fatal weakness. And so, in the ensuing struggle, her comrades were killed, leaving her, the sole survivor, to swear vengeance. Would you not agree that your version is a perfect match for this tale? Then there can be no doubt. Renda Ray is the celebrated hunter, the hero I so admired in my childhood. After that tragic day, the hunter resolved not to rely upon others and instead slew the beast by herself. She somehow found a way to compensate for her weakness. Anyway, my recollection of the tale is likely riddled with errors. We should ask Miss Alvara to recount it in full. She was a bounty hunter herself before she entered into our service, you know. Also, in light of all this, I should share with you an interesting theory concerning all the virtues I heard from a fellow hunter. Apparently, each appears to be driven by particular memories, moments that forever changed each of these fallen heroes. Makes sense, doesn't it? Renda Ray being a hunter of notorious marks in life and in death. I don't know why it never occurred to me before. But if that is indeed the reason for why she behaves as she does, then the more we learn about Renda Ray's adventures, the better our chances of predicting where she'll turn up. All the more reason to go and see my former wet nurse. Miss Alvara lives in Gatetown on Kalusha. Let us be off then. So we're gonna go here. This is Miss Alvaro, the wet nurse who raised me for practically the entirety of my childhood. She was bonded to my family and lived with us in the city at the time, but when I came of age, she was forced to leave. Ma, you have grown to such a strapping young man, but I can't imagine you came to Gatetown just to pay me a visit, my little Reek. Not in front of him, if you please. But to answer your question, we did in fact come to see you. There were stories you told me as a child of a courageous hunter. Was that hunter perchance the warrior of light, Renda Ray? Of all the reasons you could have had... Aye, those stories were of Renda Ray, the greatest bounty hunter of her day, the legends so many aspired to become. Less so after the flood. It was still fresh in everyone's minds was when I was younger, and for all the good they had done in life, none could deny the chaos they had sowed in death as sin eaters. But despite all that, me and my mates still looked up to her. We knew all her feats and swore to preserve them, in secret if need be, that she might inspire future generations as she had ours. So years and years later, when you wanted to hear the tales of adventure and heroism, I couldn't help but share with you the ones nearest and dearest to my heart. I only wish I hadn't had to change all the names. And it's true, the hero I looked up to as a child, whose tales of daring do drove me to take up the bow as you had, to pester you for training that I might become a bounty hunter, it was her. Miss Elvira, Pika Thunder and I are hunting Andrea, and we believe that one of the stories you shared with me might help guide our search, namely the one about the great horned beast that killed her friends. Will you tell it to me again? Wicked White, is that? Oh, my little Reek. Very well. Even as a young hunter, Renda Ray's incredible hearing was unparalleled. She could track her quarry through a forest by the most minute sounds of their passing, from moms away even, by some accounts. Even the most subtle of stealthy beasts never eluded her for long. A misplaced foot, a snapped branch, eventually, Renda Ray would know, and her aim was always good and true. As she grew older and honed her skills further, she set her eyes on bigger prizes, and became a hunter of notorious marks, and together with her comrades, earned fame and fortune. As their reputations swelled, so too did their egos. Only the most dangerous game would suffice, and so they resolved to hunt the scourge of Norvrent, the devourer of souls, Balamquitz. But what Renda Ray did not realize was that her greatest strength would prove her undoing. For when she faced Balamquitz, the beast roared with such force that it brought her to her knees. Helpless, she could only watch as it claimed the lives of her beloved comrades and fled. After burying the hunters and vowing that she would one day avenge them, she took to the road once more. She met Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light, and for a time she accompanied the fledgling heroes on their adventures. To them, she was a breath of fresh air, a vibrant young woman who savored every moment and found joy in the simple pleasures. They knew not of her fallen friends or how their deaths weighed heavy on her still. The party wandered the realm, performing many great deeds and growing even stronger, as did Rendere. While in Kaluza, she even devised a means to defend against the powerful roar that had been her downfall that fateful day. And then, while engaged in an adventure in Raktika, a rumor reached Rendere's ears. Valanquit, Scourge of Norvrent, Devourer of Souls, had been spotted wandering the Cydia swamps. 'Twas a golden opportunity, but to seize it would be to face the beast alone. She could not wait for Ardbert and the others, nor could she ask that they forsake their sworn duty. But perhaps it was just as well, for the memory of her defeat still haunted her. The courageous hunter had allowed a single fear to take root in her heart, the fear of losing her new companions as she had her old. So it was that Rendere ventured forth in secret, resolved to slay her hated foe, Balanquitz, alone. And with all her strength and guile, the legendary hunter did just that. Vengeance claimed, she rejoined Ardbert and the others, and never spoke of the terrible battle twixt her and the dread beast. From that day forward, she was Rendere, the warrior of light, and the deeds of her and her comrades would be celebrated forevermore. It's strange to think that the woman I admired when I was young would become the sin-eater I swore to slay. What she became doesn't change who she was. Even if the tales were a little embellished over the years, they were rooted in truth. She was and will always be the hero to me, and to you, I hope. Thank you, Miss Olvara, for everything. I promise I will visit again soon. So, Peak Thunder, remember that theory I told you about before, about the virtues being driven by powerful memories? If Andrea is reenacting the journey leading up to the confrontation with Balanquitz, the one that took her from Amarang to Kolosha, then her next destination must be the Raktika Greatwood, wasn't it? The Kingdom of Rainbows, Ilmeg. Right, that's where she laid low the beast at last, in the Cydia swamps to be precise. And so, that is where we shall go. Let us away. Now listen, Reek. There's an awful lot of people that don't know about Rendere or the world, for that matter. So wherever you go and whatever you see, remember not to take it at face value. Don't just accept what others tell you as good and true. Listen to your heart and decide for yourself, and be safe. PK Thunder, was it? It is such a pleasure to meet a friend of Reek's. His parents never hesitated to provide him with all the wealth and opportunities they could, but when it came to love and support, well, all I can say is that it's a miracle the boy turned out as well as he did. One can never have too many friends or too much support. That goes for you as well, I should think. La he, la ha he hoo ha. Bum 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 bum. And we got an instance. When I was little, Miss Elvira seemed so much bigger and stronger than me, though, to be perfectly honest, the way she carries herself, even now, bespeaks a confidence I cannot help but envy. But never mind that. We have a virtue to hunt. Let us commence our search at once, And keep your weapons at the ready, my friend. You will be synced to level 76. I don't know if y'all can see her, but right, yeah, she's right there. Demi's just passed out in the hallway, right there, and then Alistair's right there. He was sleeping, he woke up, but yeah. Puppies. Good, okay. It's about time we took a turn for the better. There she is. What, now? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I wish you were all here with me, but I know it's better that you're not. We have a score to settle, you bloody bastard, and this time I'm ready for your tricks. Oh shit, I gotta fight as her? Okay. I mean, I did just get my bar to 90 on Tintali, so... Radiant Arrow, Acidic Bite, Heavy Shot, Hunter's Prudence, Dueling Arrow, okay. Let's fucking get it, I guess. Ooh, shit. It worked. I've got you now, you bastard. Mortal Blast. I think that's a room wide. Yep. Electric Whisker. You'll pay for taking them from me. Yes, yes, just like that. Hunter's Prudence. Get ourselves a little bit of health back. My fault, my failure. That's why I have to do it alone. You can feel it, can't you? The pain, the fear serves you right. The hell? I won't let it end like this. We won't, goddammit. Renda. Ardbert arrived. Made it in the nick, I see. He's gonna cover me. Are Are you hurt? Don't worry, I've got you. They all came to save her. The lone wolf just had to do it on her own terms. Medica 2. Ronkin Medica 2. Alright, well, I was never good at indulging foolishness. Don't worry. Tell me you followed my trail. Don't tell me you followed my trail. I'll tell you about it after we kill this bloody bastard, eh? Something's wrong. It's surging off our attacks. It's shrugging off our attacks, sorry. It's coming for me and Renda. Keep your distance. Gather round Nalbert. Ooh shit, ooh shit. Artburst is out there taking everything like a champ. Gonna roar again, huh? The hells you will. I've got plenty of arrows left for you. Well struck, keep it up. Room wide. Focus, everyone. Oh shit. Run to Neighbor, assist Lament quickly. I'm gonna need some health here, buddy. Oh, he's going, everyone, to me, lend me your power. Together we will avenge my fallen friends. And he's... damn. Tough old bugger. Everyone alright? Ardbert, I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone, and I'm sorry for trying to do it alone. And why, pray tell, did you even try to do something so foolish? If we'd been here from the first, it wouldn't have been anything. It wouldn't have been anything even approaching a challenge. Back in the day, I was a bounty hunter. I've told you that much, but I haven't told you about my old partners. Together we tracked and claimed countless notorious marks throughout Norvrant. We were the best in the business. Everyone knew our names and our reputation. They called us legends. And somewhere along the line, we started to believe it too. And then we set our sights on Balamquits. I survived, they didn't. I swore vengeance, but had no idea how to go about pursuing it. Then I met you lot and thought that maybe with your help, I might just have a fighting chance. So you see, I never intended to keep it all a secret. It's just I never asked. Or you never asked, and since I'd rather not talk about it. Easier to live in the moment, you know. The next town, the next job. The weeks flew by, and after a time, I started having second thoughts. I'd lost the closest to me before. I didn't want to live through that again. Are we or are we not comrades? Through thick and thin. These bonds of fellowship between us must come before all else, otherwise they may as well not exist. You say the thought of losing you pained you. What of our feelings? What of our loss? What if we had not arrived when we did? You've saved our lives more times than I can count. How dare you refuse to let us do the same? And without those keen ears of yours, I'll never know what bollocks Brandon and Nailbird are whispering about me behind my back. And ignorance is not bliss, let me tell you. They're laughing at him. This one's worth a fortune, eh? A fame besides. I'll wager we won't have to pay for our drinks when we get back to town. Oh God, not another night to remember. Don't you worry. You're pretty head over our fearless leader's questionable constitution. Take pride in the victory, for the small folk will sleep easy once they hear Valancourt's demise, until Ardbert's drunken snoring wakes them from their slumber. And on that note, I think it's time we quit this place. And Renderay, I trust the next time you decide to hunt deadly game, you'll do us the courtesy of extending us an invitation. And there I thought I was doing you a favor by keeping you out of my personal affairs, selfish as it was. Oh, fine, but if you go and die on me, I'll pay a necromancer to raise you from the dead so I can kill you out of spite. A necromancer, huh? It's been mentioned. Agreed. Now then, mind cutting off whatever it is you need to take back as proof of the kill? I don't want to lose our reward on a technicality. Such a fine crystal, why not hold on to it as a memento of this occasion? Man, female Elizons are kind of hot too. But you know, wake up, damn you! Hello. What's wrong with you, huh? That's the second time your so-called gift has cost us a chance at slaying Andrea. You know what? I've had enough. Enough, I say. Yes, I don't need your help. I am perfectly capable of hunting the Sin Eater on my own. It's past time I told you to piss off. Good luck with that. Upon our return to Gate Town, you will be given your final payment, and we will be free to go our separate ways. Honestly, I don't know why I ever placed my faith in you. You are such a disappointment. Huh. Consider this a formal dissolution of our partnership. Let none ever again speak the names Reek and PK Thunder in the same breath. Yes, never again. And with that, I bid you good day. When he was little, Reek's parents punished him for a time by withholding his allowance. Without money to lavish on his friends, he soon found that many were only drawn to him by his wealth. I dare say he feared you would abandon him as they did, and decided to push you away first. I'm not trying to make excuses for what he said. I only hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive him. Take some time to think it over, then come and see me. Oh, and take this for your troubles. I'm sure a talented man like yourself is needed all over the realm, and so I thank you for sparing a moment to hear me out. Since you two parted ways, Reek has come to visit me several times. Though he is blessedly in good health, I worry for his spirits. I think you may have been the only friend he has had for a time. I considered journeying to the Crystarium myself to look in on him, but I find travel rather difficult these days. If you would go in my stead, it would put my heart at ease. Papastrami salami. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Papastrami salami. I love people's names in this. It's fantastic. We're along running social FC with a mix of sprouts, casuals, and raiders. LGBTQ plus gamers and allies welcome. Come join us for the Dawn Trail hype. They don't have PvP. They don't do guild tests. They don't do hardcore, and they don't do RP. It's all okay. Leroy's customer seat is empty, and there's nothing to suggest he has occupied it recently. Perhaps someone would have noted his passing. Lyric, the Mistral Lordling? If he ain't sat in his usual table, then I have no idea where else to look. Looking for Master Reek, are we? I dare say you're the only one. Word is Mummy and Daddy cut him off, so there's no point in pretending to like the little shite anymore. Last I saw him, he was moping about like someone had shot his Amaro. I'm sure he'll turn up eventually. Kalusha, right? You're the Reek's partner? I was with Landbeard, remember? Was I out of stress? Because after we left you, we headed straight to Raktika. We'd heard a rumor Andrea was there, and Landbeard wanted to strike while the iron was hot. By the time we realized we were overmatched, it was too late. I saw Landbeard fall, and when the Eater set her sights on the others, I fled. Call me a coward if you like, but my cowardice saved my life. Wicked what, I still remember looking back as I ran and seeing Lambert rise to his feet. I told everyone what had happened to warn them off the hunt. Some listened, but a few bloody fools took up their weapons and joined the hunt. Glory-hungry imbeciles, and not a one of them has returned. Didn't expect Larik to be one of them neither. I remember thinking it odd, especially when I saw him leave for Raktika alone. You're meeting him there, I presume? Good luck, friend. But have no doubt that you're going to your doom. Demi. Demi. Don't be licking the carpet. You leave the carpet alone. Bam, bam, ba-dum. Ba-dum. Ba-dum, dum, dum, da-dum. PK Thunder, why are you here? Don't tell me you came for me. It's terrible. It's horrible. Andrea, she's... Rhonda Ray, If aught of you remains, then hearken to my words. I have come to lay your soul to rest alone, as you yourself faced Balamquits a century ago on this very ground. Lambert! Oh, gods, no. She's not alone. We would have told you, but you refused to listen. Don't tell me, you beheld a vision of my past just now, didn't you? Aye, I thought as much. It wasn't but a moment ago that I confronted them. Awfully useful, that trick of yours, though I can't understand why you kept using it every time you ran into Andrea. I can't control when it happens. Huh? So it wasn't something you did deliberately? Good to know. Anyway, unintentional or not, at least I won't have to convince you of what I saw. She turned Lambert and those other hunters into sin eaters like herself. A Hume axeman, a Galgant swordsman, a dwarven healer, and an elven mage. Looked awfully familiar, didn't it? She's rebuilding her fellowship, remaking the Warriors of Light. But for the life of me, I can't understand why. I mean, I understand why she came here in the first place. She's reliving the hunt for Balamquits. But Ronderay slew the beast by herself. The stories were clear about that. Explains that they were wrong. What? They were there too? Then the stories were wrong? God, strike me down. I've been such a fool. Why did I ever think I could do this alone? I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me for all the things I said, PK Thunder. I've regretted my behavior ever since the day we parted ways. It was stupid and nonsensical and utterly pointless. I'm not sure I could even tell you why I did what I did. It's fine. Water under the bridge. It's not fine, but we're trying to move things along here. Thank you, my friend. I hope it's alright if I call you that. Yeah, sure, why not? Right then. Andrea should be around here somewhere, still on the hunt for Balamquits, I expect. Not that she'll ever find it. No doubt Lambert and the others are with her too. He and I may have had our differences, but I did not wish that fate on my worst enemy. He deserves to be laid to rest, they all do. Ronderay most of all. She is my hero, and if I have to kill her to save her soul, then so be it. But this is too much for even the best hunter to handle alone, and I am far from the best. The only way to see this through is together. You and me, my friend. What say you? I ask for a word, and you give me a nod. Fair enough. Before we resume the hunt in earnest, though, let us return to Gate Town and let Miss Olvara know all is well. After all, you wouldn't have come unless she sent you. Oh, shit. La ha ha hee hoo ha. Fat Chocobo. Yes, Thunder, what a pleasure to see you again, and in the company of Littlerig, no less. Am I right in assuming you've patched things up? I should like to think so, yes. And it is all thanks to you. Had you not implored him to give me another chance, I might well still be sitting alone in the swamps, dwelling on my myriad failings. And you, my friend, I know not why you sought out her out on your own, but I am glad that you did. Miss Elvira is perhaps the only person who truly cares for my well-being, but she has no one to look after her. Don't be silly, Reek. I have you, don't I? And before you start blabbering about how you wish you could properly reward Pika Thunder, as I can tell, you're about to, know that I prepared a hearty meal just for him. Oh, that's very thoughtful of you. Nevertheless, I shall see that you both duly compensated once we have claimed the bounty for Andrea. And claim it we shall, for united, Reek and Pika Thunder are unstoppable, is what I would like to say, but I know my own limitations better than anyone. It would be prudent to make a proper preparations at this juncture. You two should see that you are ready for the struggle ahead. It will be a mighty one indeed, but one well worth the effort, my friend. That was the 78 mission, which means this is the 79, or the 80 mission. Pika Thunder, my friend, my partner, I trust you are ready? Good, good. That is very good indeed. Before we depart to face Andrea, for what I pray is the final time, I have a confession to make. I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. Uh-huh. I gather you are not unaware of this. Truly, you are as perceptive as you are mighty. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for this battle have been entirely for my benefit, that the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers, where before we might have only to contend with the one foe, we must now confront 5. And for all my preparation, I am still no more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Elvira while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall you Andrea's greatest strength and weakness, her preternatural hearing. We can reasonably ascertain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage for you in battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I make up for in guile. While it will not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. 1,000 pardons, Master Reek, but I am come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy? What does he want of me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter and have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you to cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. Oh dear. You may tell my father and mother the following, that I am Lurik, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin-eaters, that I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, then I have no parents, that I have no family save Miss Elvira, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Right. Now that that's settled, we can get to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let us consult with the craftsman at the crystalline mine at once. I dare say you lit a fire in him, PK Thunder. I never thought I'd see the day where he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. What's all this then? You've got something that needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. We wish to commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud sound. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I've heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, then I'd wager we could make do with a special blend of fire sand. Alright, I think I've got just the recipe for your needs. I'll need some choice ingredients, mind, and you'll need to go fetch them for me. Fetch? What precisely is that you require? Well, there's this one particular beastie native to Kalusha, what's got a singular diet and leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher the better, if it please. A few varieties of grass of native to Raktika. Oh, and some iron ore from Amarang. I can give you a list if you like. To it, I will need to travel to the far corners of Norvrent and back. Oh dear, this is rather involved than I. No more excuses. I will do whatever must needs be done to see this through to the end. My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go and fetch the required materials. Wait for Lurek to return. Aye, but wait for him where? It was a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences, but in the end I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. The gentleman was rather accommodating despite being somewhat put out that I had not any guild to pay him for his labor. He was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing. I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by all the busy work, it has been somewhat refreshing. And now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosions should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Let's put an end to her tale, my friend, and in so doing, write the opening of ours, that of Reek and Peaked Thunder, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come, Raktika and glory await. Okay, before that, I need to check something, because my house is really hot. And my AC is on, so I don't understand what's going on. I think my AC might have just went down, and if it did, that is not good. So BR to the B, guys. We are gonna teleport though. Well, that sucks. So I did the whole like turn it off, turn it back on thing, and it's still not blowing out very cold air. So I think my AC broke. So you're going to be getting even more of a hot mess look on me here pretty quickly because I'm going to be sweating my ass off. So, yeah. But, let's get it. I was to say sweating my ass off for like the foreseeable future. Ugh, here we go. If I may make one small request before we begin, please, for the love of all the gods, please try not to succumb to any visions of people's pasts. This really could not be the worst time. I'm like, I'll do my best. Well, are you still with me here and now? Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Renderay the peace a hero deserves. I'll distract him with the noisemaker arrow. Seize the opening to strike. Oh damn, I thought I was gonna have time. Who's the healer? You. He's gonna shield her, huh? You don't have a healer anymore. Blue Rick, you cannot die, because if you die, we fail. Bro, you should be the one running, not me. Stop it. Oh, that was wrong. Bro, I got nothing in the way of trying to heal myself. This is LB3'd. Boom. We won. Even seeing it and saying it, it hardly feels real. What's that you've got there? Wicked White, you're Rendo Ray. The real Rendo Ray. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balam quits, the Shadow Keeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face it together, no matter how hard it got, or how terrified I was. That's what it means to let someone into your heart, knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents, when we laid the Keeper low, you felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up the tiny reminder in a final futile effort, even knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more? What is this? You gave me fear, and that fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much I want to ask. Ping. I don't understand. What was she talking about? It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing, becoming villains, being forgotten. Thank you, Peaky Thunder. I could never have gotten this far without your help. I had no idea who Renda Ray or any of the other Warriors of Light truly were. 'Twas all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some sin eaters once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifice, not bothering to look deeper. It made it all easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. I pray I made up for it in part by helping to lay Renda Ray's soul to rest. Miss Elvira is probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Collusion and let her know we're all right. La ha ha hee hoo ha. My little Reek, PK Thunder, congratulations on a job well done. And from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Render Ray to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have your legacy tarnished, so to have the world call you villain, even still, but at least I can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. Whatever others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Render Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was, and more importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to their example someday. For now, however, I say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. Andrea's bounty has been paid to us in full, my friends, so come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. I mean to ask you, Thunder, but I have the impression you're rather more acquainted with these warriors of light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? Explains everything to him. That is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it is true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, then halt the flood, wicked white. It must have taken so much courage to see it through in those final moments. A courage born not of desire for glory or dedication to an ideal, but of fear and love for those with whom she had forged unshakable bonds, her comrades. I won't pretend that we have anything even approaching such a powerful connection, but I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril, that I would fly to your side without hesitation. Having said that, if I were tested as Render Ray were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I am a child and a fool who knows little of the world. I have been coddled and spoiled, and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup on daily. You are made of sterner stuff, PK Thunder, far sterner stuff than me, and that is why I know I can never walk your path. Do you wish you could? How could I not? I cannot recall a time I have felt happier and more alive than when I have traveled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? For you are destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, Miss Elvira used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she become, made me realize how little time together we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living alone in squalor. I have decided it will not be so. I shall return to Colosia and attend to her needs, for I would do my utmost to repay the love and kindness she made me the man I am today. Therefore, though it pains me to say, I fear this celebration must also mark the end, or at the very least, a tentative suspension of the glorious partnership that was Reek and PK Thunder, bounty hunters extraordinary. If you ever find yourself in Colosia, however, do come and pay us a visit. And that is the end of the physical DPS thing. Oh, I leveled 85. Speaker for the brave. So that marks the end of the role quests for physical DPS. We should now be able to come back here and proceed with this. Hang on just a second. Alright. Going the wrong way. We need to go this way. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Gonna try and go around them as best I can. Oh, that's just great. That is. Me mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenoble, someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might be as you're a ghost, eh? Go on, foul shade. Feast yourself on them rotten soul. I've got no use for it. A craftsman that can't craft is more pointless than a sea slug with a dumb and hammer. And that's an insult to the bloody sea slug. Psych him up. I'm just gonna go like this. Psych. You wouldn't be trying to raise me spirits now, would you, spirit? Not what you'd expect from a servant of the netherworld. Are you Grenoble then? Though I wonder how you bloody found me. This here's meant to be an underwater sanctuary, a place where I can give myself over to me work, far from the distractions of the outside world. And yet, here you stand. Now, what's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding tempest to bother me? Explains that the water's gone. Oh, the Ondo's lamp? Gods curse me, empty head. I've not so much as made a start. I'm worth less than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by a sea slug. Me delivery date's long past, me workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion, but I just can't bloody well. My mind's bleeding blank. It's like I pissed away my last drop of inspiration. Tell me you've got something to show me. Something else to give me a muse to right kick up the arse. Ondo want to honor the coming of the ancients, so their answering light's got to be ablaze with the right kind of brightness, like the spark of life caught in a crystal. But just being sparkly is not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Thoughts turn to the warriors of light from the first, and the crystals you discovered at the end of their journeys. Maybe Grenelt would find them inspiring. This is where it basically tells you you have to go and complete the quest. I've let the Ondo down, aye, but more than that, I've let myself down. Might as well go back to mending kettles, which belonged to one of Arbert's companions. What's that you got there? Such a striking beauty. It shines with heartache and laughter and transience of life, like the turmoil of history made manifest. I can see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. You'd never capture such a gleam, not if you labored 100 years. But bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where are me tools, gods damn ye? I must set to work before the feeling fades. Illuminated land? Yep. I can feel a vision forming in my mind. Step aside, lad, and let me itching hands get to work. And done. I've taken the wonders that Crystal showed me and channeled them into a new shape that befits the Ondo's spiritual character. It's a big-ass lamp. And from that tiny crystal. Not a bad job, if I do say so myself. And to think I was this close to hanging up the hammer and studying the craft of them ancients. I've been across the length and breadth of Norvrent and gobbled up every scrap of craft and wisdom I could find. But no matter which technique I tried, New York was just no comparison. I couldn't figure out how they put them damn buildings together. A mystery for the ages. That's what drew me here in the first place. I built me workshop and got the forges burning, then lost me bleeding will to craft. Thank the gods for that crystal of yours, or I might never have gotten it back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon your little miracle there has been through the kind of journey that they sing songs about. The echoes of memory it holds just speak directly to your heart. I can still feel them coursing through me. The inspiration's not fading away. It's welling up stronger and stronger. Give me a chance, and I reckon I can weave the crystal saga into other things as well. But bugger me, I almost forgot the Ondo's commission. If you could drag that lamp over to Thos As for me, I'll stay here and dream up new armaments for you to try. I'm like, sounds good to me. You now have access to Grenel's forward equipment rewards will become available for collection based upon the role quest you have completed. Physical, healer, yeah, so the healer was technically already done. Here we go. The level 80 relic gear. And here's the god hands. Can't be dyed, but I mean, it is what it is. Item level 430. Alright, we got the AF gear. Ugh. What is that you have there? Your giant lamp. The sacred lamp! Then the Finless One has kept his promise. My people tell me of the many deeds you have performed in the name of aiding the cups, and now you come to me bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of ever seeing. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival was the will of the ancients. Yes, the time for fear has passed. We shall take the lamp and unveil its austere illumination upon the walls of the forgotten. Gather there with your companions, and we shall speak once our prayers have been offered. Oh, shit.
Oh, stewards of the Ondo, we offer up our light in answer.
That crystal you showed the artisan, was it... did it belong to one of my friends?
Missed that part, did you?
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day. So tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal? I was right then. It's strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you, about the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking. I'm grateful I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you.
I reckon I'll stick with you.
To the very end.
To the very end.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
It seems we succeeded in gaining their trust.
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Yustola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Asians.
An Asian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmett Selk was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city. A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
How are you feeling?
have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city. The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes, impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt. Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
With no water to drown your finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Shall we?
We're going to accept this quest. I'll make sure we have everything we need to fly out here, so that if we have to come back here for anything, it'll be accepted, it'll be ready to go. Chieftain has bid me guide you to the steps of the illuminated land. Come this way, it lies downwards. Follow the path of Coral Rock and join your comrades below. I will, shortly. First, we're gonna go do this side quest that we have sitting over here. There it is. I was like, where the hell? These particular side quests I really don't care about. I'm just trying to get them out of the way. Because it's just for the Aether Current. the only one so far, yeah? Yeah, it's the only quest one that we've had so far. And we've had 2 that we found, so we're making progress. Oh, shit. Not Alpha Node. All gathered, yes. Then I shall describe the path you must take. Enter the cavern beyond and follow the wall down and down and down. Once at the bottom, find the passage to the northwest, then continue west, west, and west. The way is not simple. Keep your friends within shouting distance and do not stray into the deep. Just before the journey end, you will find a Caliban gap and the barrier we placed at its mouth. This obstacle will fade should you raise your hand towards it. We have made it so. A most succinct explanation. We thank you for your guidance. Right, deeper into the depths we go. Heckin' yeet. Our guide bade us to travel the cavern floor and thence to the west. Yet 'twould seem the twisting tunnels defy such simple instruction. Rather than rely on directions alone, I suggest we scout with care and rely on the paths ahead to those who came before. $10.75 west, huh? Here seems relatively safe. We're gonna stop here for just a second. I just have to bio. Alright guys, well, I'm back. We're gonna move forward. Here's the other thing. I managed to be able to get a hold of a AC company, and they happen to have availability today, so they are actually on their way here to fix my air conditioner. So I may end up having to stop stream kind of abruptly, so just kind of keep that in mind. But for the most part, we are going to do everything we can to get through this without having to worry about that. Peak of Thunder. You have a choice of 2 routes from here. You're going to take the long way to the south along the rocks or skip along the coral branch as Alize has done. I, for one, shall be following my sister's example. $7.67 west. It's the last one we need too, so. You are above the recommended level for this fate. There you are. Come on, I think I found the tunnel we were looking for. I hate how we have to keep stopping every few feet. It's like, just let me go all the way through. to wherever it is we're going. Very apt name, Stingray. Here, this must be the barrier the Ondo spoke of. Well, that was a rather more arduous than expected. I feel a sudden rush of gratitude for the smooth roads our ancestors cut through the wilderness. It was a treacherous path indeed. Now I believe one of us must but raise a hand to banish the next obstacle. Peaky Thunder, I'd like you to do the honors. Gone, just like that. I suppose we should head in. Like as not, this tunnel will be just as perilous as the road we walked to get here. Let's all stay aware of our surroundings, shall we? There's a lot of urchins in here. Can I just yeet myself again? Damn it! Really hoping I could. This time they make you actually walk around. $271 south. One second. Yeah, you see people already texted me. Just so that they're on the way, that's all it says. So we're good.
By the gods.
An entire city.
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
We are seeing the same view. The remnants in the Ondo settlement were solid material structures. But these... Everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
Peaky Thunder, did you note the style of the architecture? It is the same used for the remnants at the cups and the murals painted towers. Look closely, Emmett Selk has not simply reclaimed these ruins, he has layered the semblance of an entire city upon them. Gods, the magnitude of this artifice is staggering, though it pains me to admit we did not fully understand the feats of which an old world Ascian is capable. It really doesn't matter which one I take. Just quick armor. Yeah. It's intimidating, yes, but we must have somewhere to start. Why don't we have a closer look at that tower to the southeast? We might be able to reach the edge from the trench. 102 south. Which means it's right there, I see it! Look guys, we made it to the city. Took a screenshot, guys. We can mount now. Where's everybody? Imposing door. Look at the size of those doors. Now I know how pixies must feel. EK Thundertide is recognized. Welcome to the city of Amarot. Will you be riding the lift? Did the building just welcome you? Mayhap it is not passing strange. Did Emmett Silk not invite PK Thunder to visit his abode? 'Tis plain thy coming was expected. And where will this lift be taking us? The lift services entry level of Akora Heights, but is presently configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In the absence of some few hundred yards of rope, we will have no choice but to accept the offer. With emphasis on the we, I'm not about to let you walk into that place alone. Of course, Alize. I wish to ride the lift. As you wish, the lift will arrive shortly. Next up, ground floor. Facilities include the Bureau of the Administrator and the Bureau of the Architect, and the Capitol. There's an aether current, or aetherite down here. It's only at this distance that you can start to realize just how big the buildings truly are. What did that voice call the city? Amarat? Look, over there. Is that a person? No, my mistake. That's a giant. It doesn't seem to have noticed us yet. Giant or no, a resident of this place may have much and more to tell us. I say we make the first move. Alphanon, you can't just... Very excuse my boldness, but might I ask you a few questions? Oh, what adorable costumes. Are you children on an excursion? The district has much to teach you. How odd. That sounded like no language I've ever heard, and yet I understood every word. Just as he understood us. And which district is this exactly? You must be lost, poor things. You stand in the Polyurite district, wherein lie the institutions most vital to the management of our star. Can you tell us where to find Emmett Silk? I see you come to marvel at the workings of the Convocation of 14. Hardly surprising. I suppose the whole world holds its breath as the final days draw near, and our brightest minds race to implement their plans. Thus, you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. You should hurry home now before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? No, thank you. We'll be fine. Very well. Take care, little ones. What was that all about? To my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I suspect Emmett Selk wove them from ether, much as he reconstructed the rest of the city. Final days. Such words well befit the oblivion described to us by our Ascian foe, a catastrophe of unprecedented scale which did set in motion the summoning of Zodiark and thence Hydaelyn herself. But that happened centuries and centuries ago, didn't it? The man spoke as if they were rushing to avert a disaster here and now. Unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alphinaud. The ethereal Amarat and its residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emmett Selk hath resurrected a memory, a moment in time from before the star was sundered. So we find ourselves in a long-destroyed city inhabited by the long-departed. An unusual situation, to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage, split up, strike up some conversations, and see if we can't learn the location of our quarry. And while we're at it, it couldn't hurt to wheedle out a few more details regarding the Convocation of 14 and their impending disaster. To mingling then. Let us meet back here when our jaws start aching. Before I start with the mingling, I'm going to see if I can touch the crystal. I must pokey the crystal. If I remember correctly, it's like tucked off in the corner over here too. There it is. Freaking massive too. Shing. We've attuned to it, which is good. We are 1, 2, 3 quests away. An audience with Emmett Selk. I'm afraid you have the wrong office, little one, and besides, he will be far too busy to field the questions of curious children. Surely you have been told of the looming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent upon ensuring the world survives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it is said that the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce credible proportions, one which promises to grant will to every star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation to birth an entity of all-encompassing magnificence, and then they will rewrite the laws of existence. 'Tis a huge undertaking, and it will be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. And he just fades. He faded from existence. Am I supposed to talk to over here? This one. Good gracious, child. Where is your family? You should know not to be alone at a time like this. Run along home quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined to the lands across the sea, a terrible phenomenon afflicted our star. They are calling it the final days. 'Tis said it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair. Every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance, an eternal fall of fiery rain and incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point to the source of the phenomenon. 'Tis as if the star itself has fallen ill, as if a force inimical to life now festers and spreads. 'Tis only a matter of time until Amarat too resounds to that discordant squall. You should stay with your loved ones, child. Stay with them. And he fades. would seem the hall is host to most precarious visitor today. And what, pray tell, shall be the subject of our discussion, young one? Wait, hold on, I think they're here. Oh no, that's somebody just walking by. You're mean. I was like, damn, they got here quick, huh? The convocation of their handling of the coming peril. 'Tis only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 are the wisest and most pursuant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible for decisions which kept the star turning season after season. Be it the speaker La Habrea or the emissary Litibus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intelligence. Lawgriff, Mitron, Emmett Selk, their individual titles have, as a gesture of respect and a matter of tradition, become synonymous with their incumbents. Thus, it is with great incredulity that I greet this recent rumor that a seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, it would be an unprecedented development and testament to the immense pressure under which our saviors are toiling. In any event, I for one am confident they shall deliver our star unto salvation. Thunder, if I was not certain before than I am now, the people of this city believe they face the end of the world. I cannot imagine what purpose compelled Emmett Selk to recreate this ancient Amarat, and yet I fancy I hear his words to us echoing throughout the ocean trench. He would have his story known. Greta Packus. You can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully then our next move will become clear. There's a Aether quest right up there, or Aether current quest right there. To seem our conversations were much alike, a looming disaster, creation magics running rampant, and this convocation efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was talk of little else in the time when these events came to pass. Urianger, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancients' art of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed. Aught the mind can conceive may be rendered in reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. 'Tis not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Asians, wherein ritual ceremony bereft life into figments of myth and legend. I see. We have arrived at the same conclusion then. The people who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of their aether which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies, and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals mayhap, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation was placed into our hands, it became, in effect, a means of destruction. An interesting matter, which no doubt bears further study, but despite all these revelations, I worry we are no closer to finding Emmett Selk. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Not directly, mayhap, but from what I've heard, it seems the convocation of the 14 is sequestered in a nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us through without a writ of permission, so we tried our luck at the Bureau of the Administrator, where we thought these permissions might be issued, but the clerk there said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was where we gave up. I wonder though, PK Thunder, could you be eligible for one of these writs? The voice in the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered in the bureaus as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove needful. I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something that could help cure PK Thunder's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Sounds like they are here. BRB, guys. Alistair, stop. So they are here. I'm going to try to make this quick so we can get through this cutscene, and then we're going to call it. Okay? Okay. Of course I don't mind. Just lead the way. Then Yusto and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There is surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in the front of the capital. So here's all of our Aetherite missions, I'm assuming. But like I said before, that's going to conclude today's nonsense, shenanigans, what have you. We will go from there. I'm going to probably grab the quest just so they're... No, I'll probably just stop right in front. No. Yeah, no, let's just do that. Make it kind of easier on ourselves. We'll do the quest later on. I mean, it's about to give us the final Aether mission anyway. But at least this way we're in the Sanctuary. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for coming by and watching the stream. If I have time before work, I will come back live and we will go again. So